go now. Hello and welcome to Sports by Compian. My name, of course, is Stephen Compian. Joined here today by Cedric, the guy who talks way too much shit.
Yeah.
And here he is to bring us another week of NFL football. But we are happy you're here today, Cedric. How are you?
Doing great, man.
You know, we see you repping your Chiefs gear. Hard to argue with an undefeated team. We'll get into that. We'll talk about your team. We'll talk about all the action that took place this previous week of the NFL. Week 7's in the books, baby. We're moving on. We're all just moving right on to Week 8. Okay, Cedric, there's barely any reason to talk about Week 7, but I guess we have to.
I mean, you might want to talk about Week 7.
Let's just anyway.
I don't.
So first game started out well. If you're doing the pick'ems, I think I got my ass kicked in pick'ems this week. I believe. In another video.
I definitely picked the Saints for this one, but that's just because I didn't think that when my Chiefs hurt their car, that they would fall off this hard. I mean, I thought at least Spencer Rattler could dump it off to the tight end, but I guess the Broncos defense is better than I was giving them credit for. But yeah, they showed out. Same with Javonte Williams.
Is there any way to turn that mic up at all? Like the volume on your mic?
Let me see if I can turn it up a little bit.
If not, that's okay too. But yeah, I agree. So I kind of had a feeling the Saints were broken, which is why I picked the Broncos for this one. They've been kind of sneaky good this year too. Bo Nix doesn't have to throw touchdowns for them to win games. They just kind of, they just play a bunch of defense is what they do. And teams just kind of get overwhelmed. The Saints are well and truly broken, dude. They're a total mess. I don't know what's going to transpire down there, but I'm here for it. I'm here to watch the demise of a terrible.
They just got MVS. Also, is this too loud or is it good?
No, yeah, you sound good there.
Yeah, they just picked up MVS. They just signed him, so hopefully they're hoping to replace Rashid Shaheed because he's out for the year with the deep threat. Let's just pray that he catches the deep ball maybe 60% of the time is really all you can ask for from him. But on to the next.
On to the next, dude, which is not like the most interesting game either. But it was in London. The Jacksonville Jaguars do get back on track.
For 8 a.m. football, it was actually pretty entertaining. Not gonna lie. I was expecting way worse. Yeah. I thought the Patriots were gonna roll. That first drive, I thought it was Ramondre Stevenson. It wasn't even him. It was can't even remember his name. They have a bunch of nobodies.
Antonio Gibbs?
No, it wasn't Antonio Gibbs. It was something Hardy. He was, I don't even remember his name.
For the
Patriots? Anyway, for the Patriots. The Jaguars turned it on though. I guess Tank Bigsby is the next guy. I saw you had him in fantasy. You should trade him to me.
I left him on the bench by accident.
I know. I left Jameer Gibbs.
Well, he had done nothing the previous week, but now if you're the Jaguars, they're 2-0. And it was whenever Tank Bigsby goes off. Tank Bigsby.
Bigsby, yeah, you got it. You got it.
Anyway, they're 2-0 when this guy goes over 100 yards. So I got a big idea for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Feed the boy. Tons of carries. And let's do this.
Compian is out, I think, with an injury. So
he wasn't that good anyway. It was never really working with Travis Etienne. I think they really wanted it to work because he was a first-round pick. But he's never been very good.
Because he was the college teammate of Trevor Lawrence, and that's when they were feeding off of the Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase connection.
Sure.
That was just a big year for like teammates to be drafted together. So. Sure. It worked initially because when you
I don't think he's a bad running back. It's just I don't think he maybe is as hungry as Tank Bigsby is apparently.
He's less of a traditional NFL back because he doesn't have the size for it. He's more of the elusive honestly, I think he'd do well on a Patriots team or even a Chargers team because it's more of a screen heavy playbook where that's where his strength is. Where Trevor Lawrence wants to throw it down the field. He can catch something as a Texas route or a wheel, but he's more of a screen back.
And Brian Thomas, every time they win, he also goes off. This is he's playing really good football down there for them as a rookie. So he's that's the thing. Trevor Lawrence has all the weapons to fucking throw it to. So it's like
he does.
What are you doing?
Not to execute, but it's happened.
You got Christian Kirk, Gabe Davis, Evan Ingram, and Brian Thomas. Come
I
on,
think
bro.
it's just something about Florida teams, man. They just gotta suck.
And I don't even think he's bad. But you know who's definitely not bad? Drake May. This is now 5 touchdown passes in over the last 2 weeks.
Who
Getting
has he played?
300 yards both times.
Who
Or
has
the
he played?
previous week. Dude, okay, well, he played the Jaguars, but the previous week to that, he played the Texans. And that Texans defense is pretty legit.
Nah, I don't believe the hype just yet. Drake
Okay.
May, we have to play for competition.
He played the Texans defense. Come on.
Let's see him against the Ravens.
Well, all right, to be fair, nobody wants to play the Ravens. All right, it's not
Chiefs can play
fun
the
playing
Ravens,
the
no
Ravens
problem.
right now, dude. They got a bunch of guys who are just a cheat code. I was watching. We'll get into it anyway.
Yeah,
Hunter
that's
Henry,
all right.
92 yards. Great day for him. He's their offense apparently when they're trying to throw it.
Oh,
This
yeah.
was a nice
All right.
upset to see, and one we fucking really needed.
The Seahawks, Seahawks Falcons. I didn't even watch this game really, but I
I
definitely
saw it over Red Zone mostly, but I didn't watch it.
saw DK Metcalf with an early touchdown, but then he had that knee injury. I think Sunday was a big day for knee injuries. I don't know.
Dude,
Did he fare?
the injury bug in general is biting hard this year.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. What are we? We're week 7. The body's starting to break down.
I guess it always is kind of
because
biting hard this time.
not every team has had a bye week yet. So, like, honestly, I think it sucks to have a bye week earlier in the season than later because that's when you actually need it. But I don't know. It's tough.
It is tough.
But yeah, I didn't really watch too much of this game. I know Drake London had a touchdown.
I know Geno Smith is continuing to do his thing. You know, he's fighting Tyler Lockett. Whatever DK goes down, but DK.
I think their kicker game, dude.
Oh, dude, Kenneth Walker had a fucking amazing catch in this game for a touchdown for one of their touchdown passes. Yeah, that fucking reception was wild. Like he extended it, like caught it out in front of his body. It was really cool.
He's a good receiving back. But no, I think their kicker had like 16 fantasy points, if I'm remembering right. Like the Seahawks kicker. I think it was Meyer.
Kicker. Jason Meyer 2 for 2 and a 59-yarder, so it's possible. Counted for 10 points. I could see it.
Yeah, no, it's
a solid day at the office for him.
Yeah, any kicker, I'll take it.
Absolutely. 2 interceptions for the boy. Jillian Love gets one as well. Kobe Bryant. Yeah, what's his name? Kirk Cousins not the best that day. You know, one touchdown, 2 interceptions. Penix Jr. got to throw a completion.
Oh man! All right, what's the next game?
Yeah, it's interesting. Whenever you lose, even though your running back hits 100 yards, like they're finally usually beat Darren Robinson the right way, but he's still not doing enough.
Yeah, this one I didn't. So honestly, the score doesn't reflect how the game was for the majority. Like for the first half, I think Tennessee was up 10-7, so it was pretty close, which I don't understand. Like that's the thing with Buffalo; they're not super consistent. Like they have all the talent, but Josh Allen's going to Josh Allen sometimes, especially in the playoffs. And much like your boy Baker last night, throw those simple, easy picks.
Well, he didn't throw any picks in this game. But what did happen was Mason Rudolph did throw a pick and just overall couldn't really move the ball. Tony Pollard with a modest 61 yards. He struggles to be their only really point of danger down there. Like, I don't get it. They got Calvin Ridley.
I mean,
Hopkins down there, like literally getting minus 2 points.
Calvin Ridley, but they haven't had a real quarterback to like get them the ball. I know Will Levis could spin it, but he's just not doing it for him. Mason Rudolph is just a trash, just traveling from team to team. So yeah, I don't know.
Sad to see Ridley and Hopkins just wasted away over there.
Receivers in Tennessee are starting to look like the old receivers in Chicago. They just go there to die.
Apparently. But yeah, Josh Allen had himself a decent day, over 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's really starting to connect with Keenan and Coleman. They're starting to hook up a lot. So that's cool to see. Amari Cooper settles into town with a touchdown and 66 yards.
Yeah, if you
got going in the second half.
If you watch the highlight of this game, Amari Cooper's first touchdown, you could see from like the hand gestures he didn't know what the run route was. And yeah, that's a little office. And Keon motions like just shows him exactly where to run and run behind to get his touchdown. So it's pretty cool. Taylor, where's Mushu?
He's got to come back out. Who knows where he is? I texted him to let him know we added him in there.
I mean, he has his
We'll
camera
come
off.
back to the Green Bay game here in a second. We got one
Oh,
more.
perfect timing.
Let's throw him out until he's ready. Come back.
All right. This game, I didn't think it would be this close because I did pick up the Bengals defense because the Browns are just,
Yeah.
the Browns. Then we had the controversial topic that everybody's talking about with, Watson tearing his Achilles and the crowd having a opposite reaction that they probably should for their starting quarterback due to off-field issues. Um, but overall, it sounded like his teammates didn't really appreciate that of the fans, and it's kind of probably going to lead to some unrest. Like I know Miles Garrett is getting some calls about potentially moving to other places, so a lot of things to come for the Browns. But overall, Cincinnati defense took over in the beginning. I think they had did they have a pick six or a bunch of sacks? I'm not sure. Let's run through
Either way, I don't understand why Winston wasn't the backup. And also, I do want to say on this topic, man, I really, really don't condone it. I think it's so fucked up that people.
It is. It really is.
I really. Everything's alleged, man. Like people
Dude,
act like this guy.
picture this. It's like if I go to a rugby game, if I go to a Ravens game, and you
Yeah.
roll your ankle really bad, and then I'm booing you as you're like fucking.
Dude, it's so
carted off.
classless. And like
Right.
the whole NFL is just taking like a victory lap, and they're acting like, oh, it's because he's a convicted. No, he's not.
Yeah.
All of it is alleged. You people are crazy. This
Well,
is
because he's settled,
monstrous behavior.
which is the route that a lawyer and just law firms will tell you to go because it was going to be taking the distance and
Exactly.
pretty much sideline his career. He did that, but that's also seen as an admission of guilt by most people for some reason. But yeah, it's just
Regardless, it's completely fucked up.
it's a shitty situation, and it sucks that that's going to be his lasting legacy because we could very well see his career be over at this point.
Oh yeah, he's gonna probably, if they could find a way to get out of this contract, they will. They might just even
They already I think they've already done that in the background, which is like why they were just steadfast. Like, yeah, go out there and play, go get hurt. Like, I just really don't think the organization had his back. So I mean, it's just a shitty situation for him.
The whole thing sucks. It's really, but he is a multimillionaire, so I do think he'll be okay. Hopefully,
I'm sure he'll be fine.
But yeah, he was. There was a point where he really looked like he was going to be the next, like, really exciting.
Oh, when he was with the Texans, yeah. I mean, they.
So I am bummed to see it, man.
Yeah, it sucked.
Anyway,
he used to be a threat against Mahomes for sure.
Exactly. But anyway, Joe Burrow doesn't really do much in this game. Almost barely over.
He had 2 touchdowns, bro. Did you know that Joe Burrow is tied for the most thrown touchdowns?
Yeah,
so far. That's crazy, right?
I didn't know that. Well, he throws a lot of touchdowns. It's not that crazy.
Yeah, so he hit Jamar and T. Higgins for one today. Yeah, Higgins. I think Higgins is probably the best receiver on that team.
No way, dude. Jamar Chase.
I think no. I think T. Higgins is the type of receiver you like just because he's like,
Taylor,
closer to my guy.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm here.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Welcome to the show, Taylor. Thanks for joining us. We're here with Chiefs fan 57. You know this guy? I don't know if you've seen him before.
Never seen him in my life.
Bring on Mushu, bro. We don't want to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's Christmas? You okay?
He's been naughty. We've been trying to get him pills. I got one down, but the other one he keeps spitting up. Then he's running away from us. He's being a pain, and he needs to take it.
Wow.
What a jerk. Anyway, thank you for joining the show. We're currently going through Cincinnati, Cleveland. We were talking about the situation with Deshaun. I don't know if you want to comment on it, but
just move past it, Steven.
We're a little over it, but whatever. If you want to say
anything. No, there's nothing to say there.
All right, cool. Well, moving on from this game, then you're just in time for the Green Bay and the Houston game.
Home cooking.
Home
cooking.
What happened here? The boys get it done.
They did. I mean, the Packers almost beat themselves with those crazy pick. I mean, special team errors, even though, our kicker stepped up, new kicker. Punter punted extremely well. Defense was awesome all game, kept us in the game. The offense ultimately got it done. I mean, Josh Jacobs rushed for another over 100 yards, got his first ever career receiving touchdown.
I
which is
saw
wild.
that, like the longest streak ever.
Yeah, so but it was good things, but like they just need to clean up the errors and they'll be good. They beat a good football team.
Some favorable calls there, must say. Just
Coming from the Chiefs
yeah.
fan, favorable calls.
Coming from a
Wow.
Chiefs fan,
We
exactly.
have
Like,
we have
come
the
on.
most penalties called against us, like the most penalties.
What are the? I'm
Oh,
curious.
buddy.
What are the
But
favorable
just-
calls that you're
just-
talking about during the Packers Texans game?
Bro.
Yeah,
Just
please
I know
tell
you.
us
I know you're
favorable
lying.
calls were.
Steven,
Oh.
your time will come too. Don't even worry. We got a
Please
whole,
hit us with the what are these favorable calls that
just bullshit. Just bullshit. Lambo is bullshit. The rest are bullshit. Terrible, toxic fan base.
He has nothing to
Everything.
say. He has nothing to say.
Just
On
get
to the
past
next
this
game.
game.
On to the next game. Get to
Yeah.
the next game.
Good for
What
Jordan
are you?
Love. Got 3 touchdowns. Got the job done. And yeah, they beat a very good football team, so it's impressive. All right, so Colts, Miami. This
was a snooze
one.
fest, man.
Yeah.
This is
all
like
around.
honestly, this proves because I don't know how many touchdowns did Joe Flacco have last week as quarterback for the Colts?
Like 3 or something or 2.
Well, yeah, like whenever Anthony Richardson is
Good at football.
under, like his receivers have no production at all.
Yeah.
Because he's run first.
He ran 14 times. That's a lot of times. Plus, he was under 50% completion. That's just so rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
Whenever he plays, I can't play Josh Downs or Michael Pittman because I know it's going to be a lot.
I mean, Pittman still eats. Pittman still got 60.
Pittman got 7 points, bro.
Yeah, it's tough.
Like, this was a great game.
Yeah, it was. This one was back and forth. The Vikings had the lead for a hot minute there, 29-27, and they had a chance to put the game away. They quickly go 3 and out, give the ball back to Goff, all his timeouts, and of course he gets the job done.
I mean, this game should have been the Sunday
showed
night.
up, man. They got the ball back. Like they gave him a real chance to close this game and put it on ice. And Sam Darnold, throughout most of the day, just couldn't quite get it done.
Yeah, I'm happy the Lions beat them.
I mean, Lions are a great team. That defense is solid, but the Vikings defense has been surprisingly solid this year.
Yeah.
Brian Flores.
No, I mean Van Ginkel. Where the hell did he come out of?
Yeah, right.
He has I think amongst linebackers, he has the most picks this year so far, which is kind of crazy.
3 tackles for loss in this game. Like, damn, he is fucking good. Where did Van Ginkel come from?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Lions' D is still pretty good. I know they, last week they had a really big loss with Aiden Hutchinson, sorry, but they still are solid. Like, I think you got to attribute that to Dan Campbell. He's amazing. But some progressions I'm hearing with the Vikings. I know you talked up your boy Darnold, but since teams have opened up who they're interested in or willing to trade, and my Chiefs have inquired about Cooper Kupp, there's been some static about Matt Stafford potentially coming to the North and tearing it up in Darnold's place. I don't know how that's going to work.
I have heard that.
That could be crazy. That would be huge for Justin.
It seems really dumb for the Vikings to do that.
Why?
Because it's like, why would you come in and disrupt Sam Darnold? Like, come on.
I mean, Darnold is fine. Darnold is fine. It'll be the same as like a Carson Wentz situation where they brought in, Nick Foles, and they just have 2 great quarterbacks, competing for it. I mean, it's a system sort of thing. Like Darnold's more of a system quarterback. They're pretty sure that they can. I forgot it. They can throw Matt Stafford into that system, and he can be successful too.
I don't know.
I think it would be lights out. I think NFC North would actually be fun to watch.
Dude, I think
the Packers.
It is fun.
Friend of the
best
show.
Football right now. Best division football.
Didn't Omeza send me a stat, which he may have sent you guys as well, that that Jared Goff has more like touchdown passes than completions over the last couple weeks?
He might, but
dude, he might. They've been just running the rock, man. I mean,
he's got
25 attempts. That's something to snooze. Like 22.
Can we be honest about Jared Goff though? He's a mesh merchant, dude. Like all he does is just run. He has mesh routes, so he can just dump it off. It's not hard to miss those.
If it works, it's stupid.
I mean, you're just defending because of Baker. You're projecting right now.
Stop it. Jameer he carries for 160 yards. He's really started to come into his own. You guys see that touchdown run he had? It was real nice.
Oh, Jameer Gibbs, yeah, he was on my bench too because he.
Montgomery put it on the ground, and it actually led to a fumble return for touchdown.
I mean, people are just thankful he played again because he looked like he got seriously injured. Came out and went back in the game.
Dude, what's going on with the Giants? Like, I think I've heard some crazy stat like Daniel Jones hasn't accounted for a touchdown in Giant Stadium for a while or something ridiculous.
Yeah, for like a lot of games.
How's this possible, Daniel?
Daniel, organization sucks.
Why is he so bad at football? Oh man, Malik Neighbors was back for this one, and you still sucked.
They paid Daniel Jones.
Probably could have 6 receptions for 23 yards.
Dude, Malik Neighbors is afraid. He's already like seeing ghosts because of that concussion, and he's already being like, "I'm always open. Just check the tape." Like, he hates that. Daniel Jones sucks, but the Giants suck even more for paying him over Saquon. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, tough times. Eagles get an easy one when it feels like here. Jalen Hurts barely had to throw it. Kenny Pickett got into the game. They just ran it down their throat with Gainwell and Barkley. All right, that's basically what happened. Goddamn, dude, Barkley got a good old revenge game against his old team.
Yeah. Oh, dude, the thing was too, like if you saw the clip, his coach wanted him to actually get his career high in rush yards against them, and he's such a good teammate. He's like, let everybody else eat. Like, that's a guy.
Nice, yeah, because Gainwell got 13 carries as well. So yeah, what a trooper, dude. That guy's awesome. All right, LA Rams. They get the win here against Las Vegas. Vegas is just kind of doing whatever at quarterback. Yeah. They're just kind of
Colin got hurt. He got placed on IR actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he got hurt early. I think.
Why you so bad? Why can't he be good, dude? He has such a cool mustache. Like it's not fair that he's not good at football.
It's more of the Raiders. You can't really blame Gardner. I'm not going to blame
Gardner. Crosby's not going to be there for too much. I don't think he finishes the season as a Raider. I think he gets dealed before the you're going to see one big name defensive lineman, whether it's him or Myles Garrett. One of them is not going to be playing football for the same team at the end of the year.
If either of them go to Detroit, it's over. Like, that'd be crazy. It's crazy to think where Myles Garrett could just like go and just be ridiculously good. I mean, he'd come to the Chiefs. I don't know how he'd fit in there, but I mean, we'd love to have him. But just think if he went to the fucking Raiders.
Packers,
brought that up, all right,
no, I could see him going to the Raiders, man. Not the Raiders, the Ravens. Sorry.
They don't have money.
They don't, but I feel like he would take like a less like he would. I don't know. He'd take a team friendly contract. Or restructure his deal if he did, because he just seems like a stand-up guy like that. But who knows? As long as he doesn't go to the Packers.
Doing it to absolutely nobody and still getting wins out here, boys. How's that happening? Oh, you guys know who Tyler Johnson is? The Buccaneers drafted this guy in the 3rd or 4th round years ago. I was actually wondering if he was still in the league. Totally is. I want to say like 2020. We drafted this guy in the 4th round. He is not what I would call a number 1 receiver, but yet there he is doing the thing.
I mean, they're in the shit. They're in the shit just like us. They have no receivers.
Yeah, where are all the receivers, dude? What's happening to NFL receivers? They're all injured.
Fairy, bro. Knee Fairy's been taking
more. It's the post-COVID receivers are just not staying healthy. They're not good either.
A field Thierry. You don't know.
The absolute blowout of the week, which I think a lot of people saw coming, but maybe not to this degree. 40-7. The Carolina Panthers are truly and utterly reeling.
And that's with Jaden Daniels out for half the game.
Yeah, well, I think it wasn't like a serious one. He
bruised his ribs.
He bruised his ribs, potentially. I don't think they like fractured anything like
that. No, they confirmed today they weren't fractured.
They took him out early just because it was like, we're playing the Panthers. We don't need to, keep him in there.
Mariota got in there and it was like doing some cool
stuff. Yeah, he was looking solid.
Dude, but
He might have had himself like a Matt Flynn type of game where he gets himself paid somewhere.
Probably not.
Maybe. Probably not. I think we've all seen enough of Mariota. But Bryce Young, like, all right, yeah, you get back in there. Like, we get my chance again. 2 for 2 and -4 yards.
Well, they put him in at the end of the game, bro. Like, honestly, that organization is doing him so dirty. Like,
Yeah.
either just let him play the whole game or just don't put him in at the end. Let him finish it. Like, don't. He already gets shit on enough, but no, like that organization is gonna do the same thing that the Bears tried to do to Justin Fields, which is like tank his career.
Well, you know what's crazy is that I think Dave Canales is well overrated. Like he was barely a pretty good offensive coordinator for the Buccaneers last year, but he was very much figuring it out and sort of hit his stride towards the end of the year. I think we got it upgraded. The guy we have now, fucking what's his name, Liam Cohen, is definitely way better than Dave Canales. So I think they got an overrated offensive coordinator who's now a head coach. I don't think the guy knows what the fuck he's doing. Which I hate to say it, but it's just kind of funny. The knee jerk reaction of Tepper, man, he's crazy. The guy has no idea what he's doing.
I feel like that's a lot. That's happened everywhere. I mean, look at Jerry Jones. I mean, Nick Sirianni still has a job. Let's be honest. He's like, I mean, Jalen Hurts is more the coach of that team. So I don't know.
Anyway, Commanders get it done. Good for them. Absolute blowout victory.
The real game. The real game. Here we go.
You get 30 seconds, and then we're
moving. The real game. All right.
30 seconds. Time it.
Them Chiefs. I'll tell you them Chiefs. Well, we're definitely hurting from losing our wide receiver 1 and 2. Somehow still got it done with my boy Kareem Hunt. Run game, banging in 2 touchdowns. We don't need the yards. It doesn't matter because our defense. The defense was solid, stacked. Chris Jones always heart and soul the defense. George Karlaftis, so showing us some heart. Can't even think of his name right now. Number 97, our rookie out of Steve Austin University, I think, whatever. Showing some heart.
A real place.
Safety stepping in. Jaden Hicks with touchdown, or not a touchdown, interception in the end zone. Just all around defense looked great. Offense looked shitty, but we still got the dub. That's it. Also, Purdy looked like shit.
Holmes had 2 interceptions in this game. Interesting.
Yeah. Actually, 2 rookies had interceptions this game.
Picking up any old hobo out there to just throw it running back, and apparently it works. What happened to Steele?
You calling Kareem Hunt a hobo?
Well, it just seems like
a
hobo.
I mean,
that's actually not fair because all the teams that Kareem Hunt has bounced around, he's been pretty solid on all of them.
Bro, call him ageless wonder because he's been in the league like 6-7 years. Taylor, would you say?
Probably been around a lot. It's bounced between the same 2 teams pretty much for the full time too, which is funny.
Yeah, the fact that he has this kind of production still, like we didn't expect much, but he is putting a run for Pacheco's money for that starting spot. That's why Pacheco's itching to come back, which the competition is great. But let the boy run. Cunt all the way.
Fair enough. Jordan Madison's been terrible in fantasy. I drafted freaking Christian McCaffrey and instead I got Jordan Madison. So that's been real good in our rugby league.
Yeah, hopefully we see Christian McCaffrey here in November.
Dude,
it's
not till like late November potentially. But you got Chubb. I think Chubb should get traded somewhere too. I think just Cleveland as a whole just needs to get scrapped. Everybody just go somewhere else.
Kind of more or less what's happening anyway. All right, so Brock Purdy, 3 interceptions. He did kind of have a rough day at the office. What's the deal with this guy? Is he assistant quarterback according to you, Cedric? I wouldn't be surprised if you think that.
I think he's trash.
Shocker. You hate on Brock Purdy.
I mean, I'm glad that he's gotten as far as he has, but I mean, he kind of got gifted the perfect offense. And where you pretty much put anybody in there. He does make some passes, but a lot of times he doesn't look any better than Sam Darnold.
Well, they're struggling regardless. I don't know if we lost Taylor for good or if he's coming back later, but either way,
he muted himself. He's probably
another team that's underperforming. The New York Jets.
They should have switched this game with the Vikings-Lions game, I think. For this, Sunday night slot,
Yeah.
I mean, this was still a decent
But they
game, but yeah, I don't know. I thought this was going to go a different way, man. I had a 3-pick parlay going on for 2 touchdowns. My Kareem Hunt had 2, Kieran Williams had 2. I needed Brees Hall to get 2, and I thought I was going to hit it because Brees Hall got that touchdown instantly in the first quarter, and I was like, oh shit, Aaron Rodgers has a squad now. But you can't count Tomlin out, and I guess Russell Wilson is the guy. So I mean, Pickens loves him. Those are some great passes, but
he was just heaving it to Pickens, and like a couple of them were a little short, but then he just started hitting him too.
yeah,
And it was working. It was working. Jets offense not working as much. Tons of interceptions out of the boy.
Rodgers trash.
So I don't know if he's
Yeah, Devontae's best highlight play on the first game, going from 1-2 and whatever, or 2-5 team to another 2-5 team or 2-4 team, was his touchdown saving tackle after Rodgers.
He went for it.
He did.
Imagine if he got hurt doing that shit.
Nah, they'll get it figured out over there in
yeah.
Green Bay, New York.
Yeah.
Either way, Pittsburgh Steelers continue to get it done because Tomlin's, just that guy, and makes a controversial call to bench Fields, even though he is winning, and he gets arguably even more out of this offense now. So it's starting to look scary from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, gross. Oh no.
Speaking of gross,
yeah,
Baker Mayfield.
This was a gross performance.
No, you know what? I'll give it. I was watching this game and I was like, holy shit. Tampa Bay and Baker, they're stepping up. The defense was solid. Antoine Winfield was solid. Baker and Mike Evans were solid as hell. Same with Godwin.
Until they all got hurt.
Yeah, until Mike Evans hurt his hamstring. I mean, felt bad for that one.
That was the turning point of the whole game when Mike Evans got that second touchdown. I think it was 10-0. He drops the touchdown in the back of the end zone. A couple plays later, Baker throws an interception, and the whole game changes.
Yeah. I mean, Derrick Henry played one of his best games so far this season, and also Lamar Jackson played extremely well.
It doesn't seem fair. I was like watching him in that backfield, and I'm just like, dude, how are you supposed to tackle that guy? Like, look at the way he's moving. So some of our guys weren't even close. Like, they showed this one play where we blitzed. Our rookies one-on-one with him. Not even a chance to tackle him, Broswell. And Lamar just casually rolls around him and just bombs it downfield. And it was just like, dude, this guy, fucking shit, dude.
You got to play bend, don't break, contain with him. He's going to get 5 to 7 yards on you. You just can't let him get the home run.
I think he's having another MVP year.
Oh, yeah. Give it to him. We'll take the Super Bowl.
Probably. It's looking scary. Baker, a lot of these stats are skewed, and like these 21 points in the fourth quarter, like whatever, boys. What the fuck were we doing in the second?
Well, what were you doing playing Chris Godwin with like a minute left?
And I don't know. There's still a chance for him to play. Still a chance for us.
Like, wait, how was his ankle? Like, perfect. It was like, yeah.
Stop. Not great. Dislocated. So hey, could be one hell of a comeback. We'll see.
He's done for
it might have been a crazy comeback.
He's done. He's the free agent next year, so he's bye bucket.
So Todd Bowles has a lot to answer for because the fan base is sick of this kind of mediocrity, and also when you say you're a defensive coach, and then these guys come in and put up 41 on us, and really the only reason they didn't put up more is because they completely took the foot off their gas in the fourth quarter.
Well, let me give it to them. They had the Ravens number in the first quarter, man. They were killing it. The blitz. I'm being serious.
Too bad that there's 4 quarters in a game, and you need to play defense for all of them.
Well, the offense not scoring definitely did it to him too. Like that takes the win.
That wasn't great, but it was also you got to make some plays. Nobody on the defense wanted to make any plays after the first quarter. Really rough to watch. Our young stars need to start doing something. These guys we've been drafted early for a while. They need to start doing the shit that the Green Bay young defense is doing. Like we need a linebacker right now. Lamonte Davis is tired and old.
Why don't you bring back Devin White? I hear he's great.
Devin White sucks. KJ Britt sucks. We need somebody who doesn't suck to come in and cover some receivers because people are just throwing it down the middle. Kalijah Kancey can't get any pressure. The front four cannot get pressure unless we blitz. And even when we blitz, we don't get pressure. Kate Otten had a good game, though. 8 receptions, 100 yards. We got our teeth kicked in. Rashad White actually had a good day because he was receiving a lot. I don't have anything else to say about this, boys.
Trash team. Trash
organization. Shut up. You're trash. But
man, yeah.
Ravens are looking fucking scary. I'll say that. Goddamn, the Ravens are looking good. Anyway,
Chiefs beat 'em.
this game kind of like what the fuck? Who are the Arizona Cardinals? Like this one, I picked as well.
Honestly, it all depends on Kyler Murray whether he goes off or not. Because I don't know. He's a stud athlete. He's
Did
just like Lamar sometimes.
Game? Is this what we're calling going off nowadays? Like, is this what the kids are calling?
I
Going
mean,
off?
look at his rush yards though.
Okay, well, you had a 64 rush yards. It's pretty good.
44 of those came on
one play. So then he had another 5 for only 20.
Well, then there's that interception play where the big man caught it, got strip stat. I mean, great defensive play by the receiver for.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah,
for the Cardinals, bopped that out, dropped it back. I mean, it's why big man shouldn't run with the ball, but it was just kind of a comical game all around. I mean, the Chargers have been extremely underwhelming. They do have a good defense. Honestly, they still have a good defense, but
Herbert finally let it loose a little bit this game, but I don't think he has anybody like truly dangerous to be throwing it to. You know what I mean? Like
Justin Herbert
and Palmer.
Yeah,
I mean, Josh Palmer's
not bad. You got
McConkey's a solid.
Johnson.
The only one that dropped the ball was I think Nelson Aguilar.
Oh, that was bad.
Yeah,
that was bad.
Shocker. But yeah, the Cardinals find a way to get this win, you know, and who knows what the heck is going on in the NFC West. It's going to be a good time for the Cardinals to be 3-4 right now. That's the same as 49ers. I think the Seattle's finally back in it now. It's going to be kind of an easy division over there, much like the NFC South so far.
Steven, shall we end the show with a hot take from everybody?
Yeah, sure. What do you got?
You want me to start? I'll start it off for you guys. NFC in general is just garbage. AFC is the real competition, but I have to say 3-peat should be safely within our grasp.
That's the bias.
Go Chiefs, baby.
Well, we're not ending the show yet because there was 2 Monday night games.
No, that was the second one we just talked about, the Chargers and the Cardinals.
Okay. So
we are actually ending. What's your hot take, Taylor?
The NFC North
is a terrible hot take, by the way.
Yeah, the NFC North is the best division in football.
Is that a hot take?
it's a fact.
Well, hey, you just laughed, Cedric, and you just.
Well, I mean, their division. How many combined losses? Keep going. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. So doesn't happen often. Right now, they're the only division in football that they could potentially have 4 playoff teams. That doesn't happen a lot. We have a combined win-loss score more than any other division by a long shot. Also, if you look at the interception leaders and defenses, probably some of the best defenses in all the NFL. It's definitely going to be a shootout there, and I'm curious to see how it's going forward, being that most of us haven't played each other yet. They've all played a game against each other, so now that we're getting into November, going to get a lot more divisional games, so it's going to be exciting to watch all of the NFC North football games.
And I'm going to say the Buccaneers are still going to win the NFC South, even without our 2 top receivers. We're going to find a way to beat Atlanta and Kirk Cousins because that was a fluke fucking game.
That's the competition right there. It's Atlanta.
And we're playing them in Tampa this coming Sunday. Our defense is going to pull their heads right out of their rectum where they've been hiding it, and they're going to play some good defense and back up Baker Mayfield, who's not going to have to do everything. He's going to throw to 2 young receivers who are going to emerge as studs, and we're taking the division, baby. Mike Evans is coming back in 4 weeks. We're going to survive till then.
Steven, when we started, I thought you were going to be way higher. Like, we're going to win the Super Bowl. We're going to win the division.
No, we're winning this division and going to the playoffs, all right? We have realistic expectations. Realistic expectations. Okay? Get out of here, man.